Hello everyone, welcome to our UN College digital class. So, in this class we are going to discuss what are the software engineering ethics. So, first we will look into the software engineering ethics and the professional responsibilities. Next we will look into what are the code of ethics available, those are defined by IEEE standards. So, first come to software ethics. So, software ethics is being a software engineer, what are the ethical responsibilities and what are the professional responsibilities that we need to follow. Like tomorrow by getting a job as a software engineer in an organization, then what are our responsibilities and how we will behave, that we are going to discuss here. Okay. The software ethics or software ethical responsibilities deals with that the software engineers must behave in an honest and ethical responsible way if they are to be respected as professionals. That means in our society there are many professionals, like there are doctors, nurses, teachers, there are engineers, your civil engineers, your mechanical engineers, but here we are concerned about software engineers. So, in software engineering there is also some set of rules, set of regulations, set of ethical approaches, that being a software engineer we should follow those ethical approaches and professional responsibilities. The next is the ethical behavior is more than simply upholding the law, but involving a set of principles that morally correct. That means we need not to talk all the time about the responsibility or with the respect to rules, with the respect to laws, but we have to uphold the universal human values. That means never expect that we should behave as the same that are mentioned in a paper, those rules and regulations and laws. We should behave like a human being. As a human being we should uphold those human responsibles. Okay. As a software engineer, or though my profession is software engineering, I should behave in an honest manner and I should follow all those ethical approach and all those your professional responsibilities. So, I have mentioned there 4 software professional responsibilities like confidentiality, competence, intellectual property rights and computer misuse. These are the 4 professional responsibilities that a software engineer should follow. So, first come to confidentiality. So, confidentiality means what? Being a software engineer, I am working on an organization, so I should keep all the information about my organization confidential. That means suppose I am a software engineer and I am working with a project, then the project details should be confidential and should be kept within me. I should not be disclose those documents to any other. Or I am working for developing a software project for a particular client, then that information should not be leaked by me. So, that I should take care of that all those documents or all those details or all those information regarding my project, regarding my organization should be confidential. So, the next is competence. The competence means being a software engineering, I should not misinterpret myself and I should not misinterpret my level of competence. Like suppose I am working on a company and my senior or any manager come to me and say that there is extra work and I am just hand over to you and you have a 1 week time to finish that work. So, you have to complete that work in 1 week, and that time I know that this is impossible for me or I am not perfect in that area, but still I am saying that yes sir, I will do it within 1 week. And after 1 week when my manager asks me to deliver that product, then I will unable to deliver that product because I am not perfect in that area. So, what happened? The 1 week of time get wasted. So, when we know that or I know that I am not perfect in that area or I am not able to do that work, then honestly I should accept that and honestly I should tell him that sorry sir, I cannot do this. So, by this I can save the 1 week of time. So, the competence means I should interpret my level of competence correctly, I should not misinterpret my level of competence. So, the next is intellectual property rights. The intellectual property right means every software engineer should aware of the rules and the regulation and the laws that are defined by the government. Okay. So, the government has defined there are some rules and regulations. So, every software engineer should follow these rules and regulations, like there are patents, there are copyrights. So, every software engineer should follow these copyrights and the rules and regulation and the laws which are defined by the organization itself also. The software engineer should follow this. Being a software engineer, I cannot break those rules. Like for example, you are a student, you people cannot make a Xerox copy of a textbook which have a copyright, because that is the wrong thing. So, you have to buy that book, but you cannot make a Xerox copy of that book. So, software engineers should follow those rules and regulations, that is called our IPRs or intellectual property rights. The next is computer misuse. That means being a software engineer, here the suggestion is to not to use our technical skills to misuse others' computers. Like I have my friends and colleagues in my office, but I cannot use their computers or use their laptops without their permissions. Okay, that is the wrong thing. Suppose my colleague is not there and I want to play a game, that is the beginning level of computer misuse. But I cannot use her computer without her permission. Okay, or we can say that into the extreme level, when we are using the computer of my colleague without his permission and installing some virus or anything else that will corrupt data, or the misuse of any software. So, those should not be happen, I could not do that. So, this will be called as a misuse of a computer. So, the next is code of ethics, and there are 8 different code of ethics which are defined by the IEEE standards. The software professional engineers has defined all this code of ethics, and these code of ethics are not only for the software engineers, they are also for the students, for the trainees, for the educators, for the managers, for the supervisors, for the policy makers. So, directly or indirectly, the stockholders which are related to the field of software engineering, these code of ethics are applicable for them. Like you people are the students and you are learning software engineering now. So, these code of ethics are applicable for you, and also for me as I am a teacher also, that these code of ethics are also applicable for me. So, let us discuss it one by one. The first one is public. So, the code of ethics for public is the software engineer should work consistently with the public interest. That means being a software engineer, I should keep in mind that whatever work I am carrying out, that will be useful for the public. I should work on the public interest. So, that is the first code of ethics, that software engineer should consistently work with the public interest. The next is client and the employer. So, the meaning is that software engineers shall act as a manner that is in the best interest of their client and the employer. Okay. So, here once again, being a software engineer, I should work honestly for my organization with whom I am working, or for my employers with whom I am working, and for the clients, that means for whom I am developing the project. So, I should work with a honest manner for my employers and for my clients. Then the third one is product. The software engineer shall ensure that their product and related modifications meet the highest professional standards. See, always being a software engineer or as a part of development team, I should ensure that whatever product I am going to develop, the product should be a good quality, the product should meet a professional standard, and the product should be usable. That means the customer whom I want to deliver that product, the customer should find it usable. Then after, it will be a good software product. So, the product ethics is that whenever I am working on a project, the product or the end product or whatever the outcomes of that development project should be a quality product. The next is judgment. That means software engineer shall maintain integrity and independency in their professional judgment. So, as a software engineer, as my profession, I must capable of taking my own judgment and taking my own decision. That means, while taking some judgment or while my senior is asking for making some decisions, then I am capable of making my own decision. Okay? That means, I should not behave like that I am controlling by other person, or I should not say that this is the decision of another person. So, I should be capable of taking my own decisions. So, next is management. See, as I already told, the code of ethics is not only applicable for the software engineers, it is also applicable for the managers, okay, or also applicable for the management team. They are the management levels, they are the people in the management level, and they should promote all the ethical approach in the management level, that means in management and maintenance level. So, it is their job to promote the ethical approach in a management level. So, the next is profession. In our society, there are so many professions, and in the society we need to keep a kind of respect of our profession. That is very much essential. That means, we have to keep that integrity and reputation about our profession in our society. When we build a reputation about our profession in our society, then the society will also started giving us that respect. Okay? So, the next is colleagues. So, whenever we are talking about a larger project, or especially whenever we are developing a large project, that large project cannot be completed by one person, that project should be completed with a team. So, there are many teams, there are many development teams, that means we have some we have some colleagues. Okay? So, we should be supportive and cooperative towards our colleagues. Without the nature of supportive and cooperative, the project cannot be completed, or the project or the outcomes what we get after the development phase will be a very low quality. So, for the better quality of product, we should be supportive and cooperative towards our colleagues. The next is self. So, regarding the practice of their profession and shall promote an ethical approach to the practice of the profession, we should always keep in mind that there are self-essence of self-respect, self-enhancement, self-upgradation and self-responsibilities. That means, in case of self-enhancement, we should keep learning. Being a software engineer, we should not think that this is the end of my learning phase. We should keep learning, we should keep acquainted with the new technologies. So, that will make us a good professionals. Okay? So, these are the 8 code of ethics which is defined by IEEE standards. Hope you people understand this. Thank you.